how will you balance the two?
Okay.
Were you able to get that?
Yes, Brian, thank you very much. We need to talk. You need to come and tell me. It's been a while since we last spoke, so I need to. Oh, you can't hear me.
Oh, okay.
Brian, I was just saying that we need to talk. I need to find some time and hear about how you have not succeeded in leadership and things like that. But
especially when you know Roger, you need to use your networks.
But what I would tell the young people, it's a fine balance. Like I used to hate that statement that there's time for everything, but sadly, it's the reality. There's a fine balance where it will be the time to do that.
Yes.
So you don't need to do it too early, you don't need to do it too late, you just need to keep watching and make the call when you feel it's right. Another way to achieve this would be surround yourself with people that you can talk to, people who can mentor you. There are many organizations that do, I know an organization where I belong to, in Uganda Marketers Society, they do mentorship. I'm a mentor there myself. Then there's the Chartered Institute of Marketing, they do mentorship. I am a mentor there. I've mentored people in Sierra Leone, Zambia, Malawi, Ghana, Nigeria. So people come from all sorts and seek help, and then you tell them how it has worked for you, and they tell you where they are, what they're thinking, then you work with them. And so I think many young people there are very many I'm not yet old, so young people like me who have had a couple of years passing through these streets of the corporate world, and they have made mistakes, learned from them, so you shouldn't be making the same mistake. You just need to speak up to them, and when you're facing a challenge, tell them about it and see how they managed it. Then you look at your circumstances now and you make a call. Trust me, it will most likely be the right call. So Brian, for you, I will take it personally. I think I'll give you a call sometime and we sit down and talk and see how we can support.
Thank you, Roger. Anybody else want to ask a question? I see some leaders here that might have a thing or two to say. Chacha, would you allow me to bully you and ask you something all the way from Kenya, managing success? What are some of the nuggets you might have? Can you make Chacha or Dara a... Please don't stop coming to the chats if I keep doing this to you. Chacha, you can click on your mic and ask. They'll make you a speaker soon. And anybody else wants to ask a question, please indicate or put it in the chat. I'll just read out the question. Yes, we can hear you perfectly.
Okay, sorry, extremely good. One of the things that interests me regarding the topic of today is, first of all, what is the definition of success? Many a times I've spoken to many people and their perception of what success is just as many as the number of people who you talk to. One of the things some people think that success is the amount of money one has in his bank account or her bank account. Other people think that success is reflected by how much money you owe in terms of how much influence you have in accessing credit, others the size of your car, others the size of your house, and many other factors which people use as a barometer. My view of it is that once you've identified what is success, then the question of managing it comes along.
Yes.
But in whatever it is, whatever you deem success to be, the most important thing about, and a lot of you speak about political leadership, accumulation, One thing which I've always asked is, you really need to know what the word enough means. Once you know what enough means, then once you get there, then that is what success is. And success is being able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it.
Yeah.
And not merely doing what is prescribed to you by other people in the society. Thank you very much.
Wow, excellent nuggets all the way from Kenya. Thank you, Chacha Odera. Do we have, we have Lydia Namuli online, another senior successful lawyer. Lydia, would you like to take it away? Former chairperson FIDA. She's the current CEO of the Legal Aid Clinic of the LDC. Please don't run away from us as well, Lydia. Just click on your mic and say something. She's one of our loyal listeners. It would be nice to hear from you about managing success, or any comments for Roger that you've been listening to. I'm also curious to hear from, I see some people here from across, from somewhere across the, I won't say the pond, but we have a media and public relations manager here that I know of a very famous brand, the Electoral Commission. I'm sure he has a lot of clients that are dealing and struggling with success. Mr. Paul Bukenya, you can also ask for the mic and speak to us. It's wonderful to see you online. So we can make Lydia a speaker if possible. We can also make Mr. Paul Bukenya a speaker. Paul, I hope you visit us with your voice on this issue of managing success. In the meantime, just looking at the poll, we are now at, people have changed their minds, it seems. We have, everybody thinks that you love rice and beans and that happiness makes you cry. And only 20% think that you love hip hop. So the other two are tying as we speak. You still don't love hip hop as much, I think. Anybody asking a question or commenting? Isaac, you wanted to say something?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I just wanted to add something to the response given to Brian. Just wanted to share with him something about in the pursuit of leadership or any form of growth. He needs to consider. I think I found you speaking about authenticity. Authenticity is very key, and the other thing to that is allow yourself to be vulnerable. There's a difference between being vulnerable and being weak. But vulnerability allows you to then take the right risks, to embrace your decisions, and also open yourself to discover or grow in places that you maybe earlier didn't think you were capable of taking on. Now the last part, just to share about Rogers. I don't know who is talking about the kind of music he likes. You cannot talk about Rogers and leave Lingala out of the question. That would be a completely different.
Wow, Isaac, you've really spotted the lie for us. But it seems people, at first it was 0%, now it's 20%. So I think now people have a bit of clarity on how much Rogers likes rice and beans. We have, I don't know whether Lydia is going to speak, but I wanted to respond to something Chacha said. It was very profound. We need to be comfortable with the word enough. When is it enough? You're a parliamentarian, maybe you're a minister, you've built houses for all your relatives, your houseboy, your house girl, everybody in your village is wealthy, everybody that has ever known you is prosperous. When is it enough? when is it that you're going to now stop amassing for yourself and start thinking about the people that need you? And I think one of the things I've seen is something that comes out of the Bible. There's a scripture where Jesus says, seek first the kingdom of heaven and all the rest will come to you. In the Bible, we see Abraham being one of the wealthiest men of his time. But Abraham was never really, there's no time where we see that Abraham was tending his flock. Abraham was always somewhere leading, somewhere giving of his time, somewhere parenting or being a husband, just going about his business. But the one thing was that when it mattered, Abraham did his part for the society. And what that did, we see Abraham giving half of his property to Lot. We see Abraham giving the best well to Lot, you know. We see Abraham leaving his home because his servants were fighting with Lot's servants, and leaving everything that he knew to his nephew. But we see Abraham continually amassing wealth. So sometimes we also need to comfort people that in the pursuit of what is noble, in the pursuit of what's just, lies your success. Because once you start following those things, people are going, these people that Rogers was talking about, they're going to align with you. The right people are going to align with you. The right resources are going to look for you. The right timing is going to happen to you. Yeah. And then as Chacha says, it will be enough. Or it will be more than enough. Because I know people like Bill and Melinda Gates who are still getting, you know, they're still, they reached a point and said, let's give away all our money, but it's just making them even richer because they're fundraising. Imagine Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, when they sit down to do a fundraiser, they get more money than anybody else, you know, can get. And this is because people trust them. This is because people know that they are putting this money where it's needed the most, you know. People that have committed themselves to research. When Mother Teresa died, we saw how the whole world mourned. We saw the kind of people that came to bury her, and yet she probably did own a thing in this world. I'm not saying that you should be paupers, but I'm just saying that when Chacha said when we need to learn enough, it was a profound message. And for those of you who know Chacha, he's also a philanthropist, a quiet leader there who already knows when it's enough.
I like his the way he looks at. I like the way he looks at success. Yeah. When you can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, and how you want to do it. I mean, that's success. That's it. Yes. You don't have to impress people with it. You don't, just what you believe in, the things you want to do, and when you can do that. If we all lived by that, then we wouldn't find ourselves under pressure to do what other people want us to do, when they want us to do, and how they want us to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, someone said that long ago it used to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That was what success was. And what that meant was you're going to marry one wife, you're going to have 2 kids, you're going to have 3. No. I think you're going to have one wife, you're going to have 2 kids. You're going to have a 3-bedroom house, and I think you're going to have either 4 cars or something like that, and then that would be success. You know, 4 cars for the
family.
For the 4 of you, when your children grow enough and you give them cars for birthdays, that was success. But now we see people amassing wealth. We see people. There is a builder who told me something profound. He said he was refurbishing the tiling in one of these rich men's houses, a politician, and when he opened the tiles, he found wads of money under the tiles. He said he was so scared, he put back he retiled that whole place without telling his friends because he was scared. He was like, even this rich man does not bank. Like he's literally built his house in money. So when is enough? and we've seen a lot of people coming up and building huge legacies and then making all these riches, but they have no name to even pass on to their children. And we also see that this is wealth that rats and mice can destroy.
Yeah.
So, and Maya Angelou talks about legacy, and she says that people will not remember what you did or what you said. People will remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So impact. I think that another measure of success we need to think about is impact. When have you impacted? When have you touched the lives? When have you convinced people that they also need to live for others? You know, and I think mentoring is a powerful way of doing that.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our show today. I just want to thank Rogers Anguzu, the man of the hour, for talking effectively about managing success. And success can happen to you at many levels, but you have to be prepared for it. You have to know what that definition of success is, as Chacha says. You have to know when enough is, but then you also have to pass it on. Wealth is useless unless it's doing something, unless it's shared, you know. And why is it that we only want to share problems? You know, there's that famous saying of a problem shared is a problem halved. Well, yes, wealth shared is wealth halved, but I think that impact multiplies. I also want to thank Smart TV that has partnered with us. Going to the truth now, I want to ask Rogers what the truth is, because we are still at rice and beans and happiness making you cry at 40% and loving hip hop music at 20%. So what's the truth, Rogers?
The truth is I love rice and beans.
Yes.
Happiness makes me cry is true. However, I don't love hip hop.
Okay.
So the
20% were very wrong.
Yeah, but I think the 40 and 40 are correct. So
Rogers, everybody here is picturing you cry when you're happy. So please say bye to our listeners and any last words on this issue.
Thank you all for joining us to listen to me, my thoughts, how I view this from my end of the world. I think, like Chacha said, you just need to define what you call success in your life or in the different areas that you're going into, and just strive to get there. Get help from around you, people that can mentor, people that have passed through this before you can always be able to help. It's a thin balance of the time when you need to make that leap. But once you reach there, also look back and be able to pass back to the people that will need you in the next generation. That way, we will keep humanity growing.
Well, this couldn't have ended any better. I shall not add anything to that. I'll say thank you so much, Smart24 TV. When you go to the Smart24 TV website, you'll find this recording, and you'll also find it on the Fidelis Leadership Institute. I've been Pheona Wall from the Fidelis Leadership with this Fat Talk, and we hosted Collinge Anguzu, the head of marketing and communications at Vision Group. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic week, and a Women's Week at that. So shout out to all the women, and remember to remain faithful to your calling as a leader, available to the least of the people in your community, and to remain teachable.
Follow Fat Talks and
follow Smart24.
Please follow at Smart24. And you also need to follow at Fidelis Leaders, and keep following and sharing these and share the videos, and let's have continued conversations. You can always use the hashtag FatTalks. Thank you very much and have a fantastic weekend. Oh, sorry, Mr. Kashif, yes, wants to say something. Yes, please.
I am 17 years years old. I'm a motivation speaker and I want to become a leadership consultant. Would you like to suggest me anything?
Would we like to ask you anything? Oh yes, which country are you from? You say you're 17 years old. That's